So I'm currently stopped at in a parking lot that's like less than 5 minutes from my house because I wanted to speak on this when it was fresh, when it just came to my head. So this is unscripted, just a real talk podcast today. And funny enough, I wasn't going to release an episode today. I just was on my way home from work and I called my dad, and who edits the show, and I called him and I was like, hey, I was like, with this week and the move, like we're moving to Texas, with everything that's going on, is like we just had a busy week. I was strategizing for June today of like what the kind of shows like the theme for the month was gonna be, and I was like, I'm not gonna do an episode tomorrow. And then he listened and he was like, okay. He was like, well, I thought about it the other day, and I was like, there's gonna come a time when you're going to feel like you're not going to be able to do an episode. And I think that you should go ahead and you need to do an episode. You need to stay consistent, because you said you wanted to post one every week. So you need to stay consistent. And then he gave me a strategy of kind of doing what to do for the episode, today. And so I was like, I was like, okay. And then, I just kind of started thinking about what he was saying. He gave me a strategy for the episode, and then something came to me. This isn't what he was talking to me about, but how important it is to have the right kind of people in your corner when you're going after something that's a big dream in your life. Because I wasn't going to do the show today. I wasn't going to put anything out. I was just going to skip a week. And then he told me, he was like, well, Kaytlynn, if you skip 1 week, you can skip 2 weeks. Then you can skip 3 weeks. And then it's been a month and you haven't done anything. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And so when I was driving home, the Lord just kind of reminded me how important it is to have community and support in your venture towards your dream. I don't know what you're dreaming about. I don't know what you're working toward. I don't know what your passion project is, but it's so important to have that vision, but also to have people to support that vision. And I was thinking about the story in the Bible where Moses, he had his arms outstretched with his staff, and he was holding his staff, and it was a battle against the Amalekites. It's found in Exodus. And as long as Moses had his arms held up, as long as Moses had his staff, his arms stretched out with his staff, raised up in the air, then the Israelites were winning. They had the advantage. They were winning the battle. But then as soon as Moses started to lower his arms, then the Israelites started to lose advantage, and the Amalekites started to gain advantage in the battle. And so Moses, it's tiring. Having to hold your arms up like this for so long is so tiring, but it's something you can't do on your own. How many of you ever had to just any type of workout class and you have your arms hold up, you're like this, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna hold them up, and then you just start slowly going down, 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 down. It's hard to keep that up for a long period of time. Well, this was a battle. It's not something that's going to be done in 30 minutes. And so as time went on, Aaron and Hur came alongside and held up Moses' arms. And then the Israelites eventually won the battle because Moses was able to hold up his arm, not by his own strength, but by the people that were supporting him underneath. And it was because of the support that Moses had that he was able to keep his arms up so that the Israelites were able to win the war. And so you guys, whether it's your business, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your family, think about a healthy family. The reason a family can be successful and be healthy and grow is when they have a husband and wife and a family supporting that family unit. And when you have a business, it's your business partners that help you get there. There's a road that I take home every day from work, and there are these humongous companies. They are ginormous. These buildings, I just think about how much the concrete cost alone to build these buildings. It's insane. And I thought about, those started with one person's idea, maybe two people's ideas, but it was built, and it was built to last and maintain and grow and continue to grow year after year because of the support system and the team around it, the masterminds around it, the workers around it that supported the vision. Whatever you're doing, whatever dream you're going after, you need the support, and you need to be consistent. You need to be consistent, but doing it alone, you're not meant to do this alone. You're not meant to become something great alone. You're supposed to bring people along with you, and you're supposed to have people to support you, because there's going to be days you don't feel like it, but you have people to support you. There's going to be days that your business partner or your spouse doesn't feel like it, but you continue to support them in being the consistent. So they're like the two keys to becoming great, the keys to becoming something that is amazing. I think about Amazon. You had one person with this amazing idea that I think started in their garage, but over time, they built a team around it that was able to sustain what is now a ginormous thing that I order from consistently. But it wasn't without the support. Okay, disclaimer. Some of you guys, I was thinking about this. I was just rewatching this video, and I was thinking, you know, some of you might not have the support. And if you don't have support right now, it doesn't mean that you can't do something great, become something great. If you don't have the support. Like, you can still become something great if you don't have the support. My heart and desire for you is that you do find the support, because getting there and going towards something great and starting it, sometimes you have to do it alone. But as you go along this journey, you're going to find people and just teams that are there to support you. So lean into that when you find it, because you may have to start alone, but you don't have to finish alone. So I just wanted to give that little disclaimer, because there are some of you watching today that might be like, Kaytlynn, I don't have the support that you're saying, and so does that mean like I can't be successful? No, it doesn't. My desire is just that along the way, you find the support and you draw on those people, because there'll be times when you do fall and when you do need the support and you need someone to pick you up and hold your arms up, and you need to lean into that. So that's just a little disclaimer. It's not that you can't be successful without it. It's something that I just encourage you to pick up along the way to whatever your journey is towards. Okay, let's get back to the episode today. Just want to remind you today that having the right support system around you is like vital to your success in any area of your life, because if you try to do it all alone, you are going to fall. You're not going to have someone to pick you up. And so I encourage you today to find those people who are your support system, and also be a support to other people. If you have people that are visionaries, entrepreneurs, even just having their own family, they just, when you see them kind of falling, when you see their arms dropping, lift them up, because we're not meant to do this life alone. We're meant to do it in community, and we're meant to do it in whatever, anything great. It always has a support system. So I encourage you today. I know today is a little abnormal. It's a Real Talk Friday, let's just say. But I just wanted to come on here and remind you guys that you have something amazing for your life. You are worth every single investment that you make, but you're not going to be able to sustain the consistent effort without the support of people around you, without your mastermind circle, without your friends, without your community, without people that also see the plan that God has for your life. God has big plans for you, and you're not going to be able to get there alone. You're going to need the support from God. You're going to need the support from your friends and family. And if you think you're going to do it on your own, you're not going to reach where you want to be, because, you know, it's like you may get there alone, but it's better when you take people along with you. So I want you to remember that you're worth every single investment, and those investments, stay consistent with them, because you will see the goal fulfilled. You will see the dream fulfilled. You will see the reward. You will see the dreams and everything that you've been planning for and all the purpose. You'll see that fulfillment if you stay consistent and you have the right support in your life that helps you be consistent even when you don't feel like it. So I just want to say thanks for joining me today. Thanks for joining and staying with me on this episode that's a little different than usual. But if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, because every week I just want to provide you with the tools and with the just skills that can help you break off limiting beliefs about yourself, help you stay consistent on pursuing your dreams, helping you be a support for you, because God has such big plans for you, and I want you to be able to achieve every single bit of it. And you know, you can't do it alone. So I'm here to be your support. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below if something stood out to you today. And you know, if this was inspiring to you, share it with someone who feel like you could could also have gain some insight from it as well. Well, next week we'll be diving into kind of like a theme for the month of June, but that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks so much for joining.